Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me Sujit and it has been a very long time since I've last uploaded a video. So yes, here I'm back with another new video, and in this video we are going to celebrate the birth anniversary of a poet philosopher and the founding saint of the Lingayat faith. And yes, his name is Lord Basavana. So he changed the world in the 11th century, and happy Basava Jayanthi to everyone out there. Without any further ado, let's begin. So, the objective of this festival is to pass the message of the Virasya Vasudeva Kutumbakam, which basically means universal brotherhood, or also means the whole world is one family, or whole world is a family, etc. So, his messages were found in the form of vachanas, which defines a new way of looking into life and God. So let's look about his life in brief. So Basavana was born in Bagewadi, a town in Bagalkot district, and which is basically now Bijapur district. His dad Madaras was the town president of Bagewadi, and his mother's name was Madalambike. He was born in a Veerashaiva Brahmin family. The boy Basavana grew up in the company of his sister Nagamma. In those days, it was a custom that girls marry at the age of 14 to 16. So Nagamma was married with Shivadev, the younger brother of Madalambike, when Basavana was 4 years. So he started to wither the separation of his beloved sister. As per religious tradition, Madaras performed Upanayana, which was against Basavana's thoughts. So he couldn't tolerate it, and then he cut through his Janivara, and due to the linga which was in his neck from his birth, he ran away from Bagewadi and he joined Kodala Sangama Gurukala. So this was the Gurukala which was which was made up by Ishanya Guru. He was the one who went to his house and who was the one who put that linga on his neck. So after he grew up, Basavana was working as a karnik in Bijala's court, which basically means a clerk. So then he got married to Ganga Bike, which is basically the daughter of the minister, and then he again got married to the sister of the Bijala, the king. Bijala was the king in those days, and then he got married to them. So he basically had two wives, and then now he's the brother-in-law of the king. So he was adorned with Ishtalinga by Guru at his birth, or by his birth, during his birth time. So till then, the area of activity of all women were restricted and were treated as personal slaves in every family. Even when he was just 24, he advocated for equal social and religious rights for women. He eliminated blind beliefs and superstitions. He disliked exploitations of uneducated, high-born Brahmins under the pretext of uneducated low-born innocent people by educated high-born Brahmins or educated high-born people. So Basavana denounced penance or atrocious ordeals to body to obtain grace of God. At least zealous devotion can lead to the grace of God. His concept was God is impersonal and is supernatural powers. God is as large as the universe and can't be measured in light years. Different religions call God by different names and follow different gods, but then he says that God is one. He advocates kindness is the base of all religions, and his most famous dialogue is Kai Kave Kailas, work is worship, which basically means that whatever work you do, you should just give your maximum dedication you can from your heart, and should be done to the glory of God. Since hundreds of years, hundreds of peoples, or maybe lakhs of peoples or thousands of peoples were subjected to suppression by Brahmins, which were basically Shudras, and were ill-treated and were serving the high-born families only, and they used to get only 2 square meals, which basically means only breakfast and lunch, or lunch and dinner, or dinner and breakfast. When Basavana came there, he awakened their spirits, he built their hope, and he fulfilled, almost everyone followed them, almost everyone, from the lower caste. Almost everyone followed him, and then because of that, now the way the other level castes used to think about Shudras, it got changed, and Shudras started to live a better life. His vachanas have wholesome quality, are simple, have metaphors, etc. Like 4 5 lines. One of them is ತಂದೆ ನೀನು ತಾಯಿ ನೀನು ಬಂಧು ನೀನು ಬಲಗ ನೀನು ನೀನಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಮತ್ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ಲವಯ್ಯ ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗಮ ದೇವ, which basically means you are everything for me. Basically, you are my father, you are my mother. Without you, nobody else is there, and you are the greatest of everything. He says this line to gods, like he basically expressed God and your life and God and all the lives to, like I said about vachanas before, the similar manner, and he makes them so simple. And then but then all of the vachanas which he made are very very useful and are very meaningful. He organized Anubhava Mantapa, which was also known as spiritual academy. Alama Prabhu was a great scholar, a saintly guru, and was the first president of it. It was a new democratic experiment, and there was democracy and nobody used to rule it. Like everyone had a chance to get a part of it, and similar, which was similar to the parliament which is right now in Delhi. And then it was a matter of pride that democracy was first born in the 12th century, early in Kannada Naru. He awakened millions of conceptions of God. Like after some day, after he got many more popularity, Bijala, the king of that palace where he used to work as clerk, and then which he got to like when he got upper post as a minister, he got jealous and he thought that really he should be respected, really he should be known to everyone. And due to that, Baswana saw all fights happening, so he left up to Kalyana, and then he came after 12 years back from Kalyana and went to the place where Ishanya Guru stayed, and then he got to know that he was no more. So he then thought that why like nobody's there to help me out, so let me try to fix the problems by myself, or let me just try to see. And then so then he just left it out there and he went back to Kalyana. And then when he went back there, he saw many stuffs happening, so he was like, now he asked for God that now my life shall be gone, or now I shall be like leaving earth. So he stood up, and then he went to, and then he acted as he meditated for a long time without denying all food and water. And then after some days he passed away. When his wives came, they were too late to check to see him that he being in a meditating pose, no more. So at last we need to remind ourselves that we had a personality many years back, and we have to learn from people like this and emulate them in our life. All the values what all he has taught us, we have to emulate them in our lives. And he is so popular, he almost changed the world, as I've said before. So London, and in London there is a statue of himself, and there are many other places where his statues are present. So yes, I would like to end my speech here, and have a great day ahead. Do like, share and subscribe, and also do comment about which video should I make next. Thank you.